that we will see for the entire season. Russellville continues to show up for us as a roadblock, as our Lady Cats face them year in and year out as a major roadblock on our path to a district championship. And coming into tonight, our girls are currently sitting with a 3-2 record on the season, with wins against Portland, Tennessee Lady Panthers, Butler County, and Edmondson County. And those losses coming against Owensboro Catholic and Cumberland County. Now, speaking of that win against Cumberland County last night, we got to talk about the sophomore, Jaden Coe. Jaden Coe went 5 for 5. That's right. That's exactly what I said. 5 for 5. That is not a misprint. That's not a misunderstanding. 5 for 5 with 6 RBIs, a double and a triple for the game in a 17-8 win for the Lady Cats. Jaden, a tremendous start to this season. And for the season, Coe is leading the team through 5 games with 9 RBIs. And not just that, but she's hitting .438 average on the season. .438. That is unbelievable. And tied for the team lead with Chloe Smith with 7 hits. Now, speaking of Chloe Smith, she's an absolute stellar star here in this program and having a stellar start to this season, hitting a blazing .538 batting average for the North Alabama commit. That's right. She's hitting .538. That means she's getting a hit more than every other time that she steps up to the plate. That is right. I mean, that's just, I mean, I know I'm a box score Betty a little bit, and I go over the top with my stats sometimes, but I don't think everybody can fully grasp what a .538 batting average is. Like, if you're in the major leagues and you hit over 200 baseball, then, I mean, you're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. So, I mean, that just goes to show you the true talent that the senior Chloe Smith actually is here at Franklin-Simpson High School. Chloe also leads the team, unsurprisingly, in walks as well, with 6 through just 5 games of work at the plate. The last time that I was with you on opening night for our Lady Cats, I said that we had some work to do with losses. And the last time that I was with you, we were talking about what were we going to do for the 4 seniors who did a lot for this team on the previous season and held a high batting average. Sorry, I've got a fan trying to talk to me right now, and I'm like, sorry, buddy, I'm live on air. I can't really talk to you. But the last time I was with you on opening night, our Lady Cats, I said they had some work to do with the losses of 4 seniors who did a lot for this team in previous season and held high batting averages. Then I posed the question, can the younger Lady Cats do enough to make up for those losses? And the answer has been a resounding yes. Let's go over the batting averages for our non-senior players. Coe hitting .438, Scott hitting .357, West is hitting .333, Ansley Holland hitting .313, Addie Shelton .333, Ava Holland hitting an even .200, and our other senior, Lily Ferguson, is off to a great start as well, hitting .313 with 5 hits through 5 games and 5 RBIs. And a team leading 3 doubles. So, as we expected her to do, the 8th grader Hester Blankenberg, that's right, just an 8th grader, is leading the team in innings pitched with a 20.1 innings and carrying a phenomenal 2.41 earned run average and a 3-1 win-loss record to go along with that. So that's got to feel pretty good for our girls to get off to a solid start. Now, a couple of tough losses in there, but it's been a solid start to the year, and these girls are starting to get their bearings a little bit. We're starting to get into the groove of things just 5 games into the season. So I'm pretty excited about the test here tonight against a Chloe Penrod, the senior for Russellville Lady Panthers, leading this team, and I'm pretty pumped about seeing what they are going to do here at Franklin-Simpson High School this evening. Now, over in the Russellville dugout, the visiting Lady Panthers are 4-0 coming into this matchup with wins over Bowling Green, 5-4, 2 wins over schools from Tennessee that were blowouts that we don't really care about, and a 9-3 win over Monroe County. So a nice win over Bowling Green, but they haven't really been tested more than that coming into tonight. And the one player that we have to highlight from this Lady Panther team is the aforementioned Chloe Penrod. The Lady Panthers senior leads the teams in every major statistical category and has been a staple piece for this school and team for several years. She hits .462, and I wouldn't be shocked if this was right up there for the region lead with 3 home runs through just 4 games. So she is a major threat at the plate. Also with 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, and just 1 strikeout on the season. And she pitched 8 innings so far, which is a 1.75 earned run average. So needless to say, she is an absolute problem for our Lady Cats coming into tonight. Also, big time for the Lady Panthers is Jada Poindexter, the other senior for the Lady Panthers, who hits .375 and tied with Penrod for the team lead with 6 hits. The glaring stat for this team, more than anything, is that they have taken 28 walks as a team through just 4 games. That's right. I said 28 walks through just 4 games. She's averaging 7 walks per game, are these Russellville Lady Panthers. That's a huge number. So that's got to be a shout out to their head coach, Ryan Davenport, in particular. And he's got a clear and obvious message for his younger players, and that's make the opposing team pitch to you. So we're going to have to see exactly how Hester Blankenberg is going to handle that tonight. We hope to get her into a position where she's not throwing a ton of pitches, and she can just rely on that phenomenal defense around her. But leading the teams in the walks, not afraid to take a pitch, is sophomore Riley Grayson. She's got 6 walks. Freshman Anaya Hampton with 8 walks, and another freshman in Legna Taylor with 6. So just between those 3 players, that's 20 walks through just 4 games. So, anyways, this game is going to be huge for our Lady Cats, and it's got end-of-season meaning that I don't think we usually get this early in the season, especially from Russellville. So, I'm pretty excited about that. So, we're in for a good one. Let's turn up the intensity just pretty early here in this game, and believe me when I tell you right now that these young ladies want to win this one, and they don't just want to win. Both dugouts want to win, and they want to blow out the other squad. I think it was 2 or 3 seasons ago, this game come down to a bottom of the 7th inning home run with 2 outs and the bases loaded in order to get the win. Now we've gone back and forth. I think it was 3 years ago. It came down to a bottom of the 7th in district championship game, or no, it was actually a district opener that put our Lady Cats, who had high hopes in that one, for going deep into the region, but Russellville came in and knocked us out in the district. So this team has history against the other team. This has got all kinds of just background and history wrapped up into so early into the season. The 6th game for our Lady Cats, the 5th game for the Russellville Lady Panthers. It's going to be a good one. So I hope you guys stick around, hang out with me. We're getting ready to get started with the national anthem here in just a few minutes. That's my man, Mr. Chuck White, is on the mic tonight doing the PA work. Excited to have him back up here in the booth. If I didn't talk about that last time that we were in the opening broadcast, but Chuck White, my man, it's good to have you back, buddy. Now, he's getting started with those starting lineups, and then we're going to break for the national anthem. So, leading off for the Lady Cats, is going to be number 8, Chloe Smith. She's going to play third, and then second baseman number 3, Kylie Scott, and then shortstop number 6, Lily Ferguson. Batting cleanup is going to be first baseman number 25, Presley West. Then Ansley Holland's going to be on left field, followed up by number 2, the right fielder, Addie Shelton, followed up by catcher, number 17, Jaden Coe, followed up by pitcher, number 10, Hester Blankenberg, followed up by center fielder, the other Holland, number 22, Ava Holland. Then the designated player, flex position, number 15, Addie Smith. Sorry I went through that kind of quick, but we'll get more into it just as we go forward into the game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you after the anthem on 92.3 WFKN. Mr. Todd.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
All right, Kidra, we are back and ready to roll.
Mr. Greg Meeks.
Welcome back, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for all of today's best country music and Will Cody in the morning. Hey, we're out at Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball field. We're getting ready for the opening pitch, which means we are getting ready to hear my two most favorite words in, probably all of sports, honestly, and it's play ball. We got Hester Blankenberg on the mound. She has been leading this team in innings pitched and pretty much just taking control of that pitching position as just an 8th grader. She's got 20.1 innings pitched out of a total of 29 on the season. She's got a 2.41 ERA. She's got 10 strikeouts on the season to just 5 batters walked. Only 7 earned runs on the year. So she's doing a phenomenal job. And we're getting ready to see how the Russellville Lady Panthers attack this phenomenal Lady Cat defense out here. Leading off for the Russellville Lady Panthers is going to be Jada Poindexter. She plays center field, one of the 2 very, very talented seniors for the Russellville Lady Panthers.
First inning, right fielder number 7, Poindexter.
Jada's been around this program for quite some time, I believe, as well, for the Lady Panthers, as well as her fellow senior counterpart, Chloe Poindexter. Blankenberg's got the ball set in the circle. Here's the first pitch. Going to be a ball just a little low and away. Now these Lady Panthers will take a lot of pitches. They are not afraid to just sit back and wait on their pitch. So, 1-0 count to start. She takes strike 1. I expect that we will go deep into the count several times here tonight. Poindexter, right-handed hitter. Set up in the center of the batter's box. Takes ball 2, just a little bit low and inside for a 2-1 count. Now tonight, weather-wise, we're looking at a whole lot like what we had on opening night. Just a little bit cooler. It is a nice 65 breezy day. Count goes 3-1 as that one goes a little wide away. Straight up 5:30 in the evening. Now we got a hitter's count to Poindexter. Let's see if Blankenberg gives her anything to hit. Here's the pitch and takes strike 2. Count runs full. Ryan Davenport been around that Lady Panther program for quite some time, I do believe. Blankenberg, a little slow to get the signal there from head coach Doc Cottle. That one's slapped over to Lily Ferguson. She fields it cleanly, sends it over to first to Presley West for out number 1. Nice piece of fielding there from the senior Ferguson. Does a fantastic job. Now here comes second baseman number 4, Anaya Merriweather. Merriweather listed as just a freshman. Oh, pardon me, that's Mariah, not Anaya. Mariah Merriweather, just a freshman. Right-handed hitter as well. One of these that takes a lot of pitches as well. Leads the team in walks with 8 on the season. But Mariah Merriweather hitting .267 on the season. Takes ball 1 with 1 away. That one right down the pipe for strike 1. So we have seen 8 pitches and only had 1 swing of the bat so far. Got a feeling we might be in for some long innings here this evening. That one slapped, going to be fielded by Ferguson. She's going to have to throw it hard over to West for out number 2. Got a little bit into no man's land, and Smith almost charged it from the third base position, but she lets it go on past to Lily Ferguson, who fielded it nice and clean, just the same as she did the first out, and records out number 2 for the Lindsey Wilson commit. Now, the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, hitting 468 on the year with 3 home runs, is Chloe Penrod. Takes strike 1. She didn't like that call, but looked like it painted the outside part of the plate from the 8th grader Hester Blankenberg. Now Penrod sets up a little bit more inside in the batter's box. Now that one goes just a bit outside for ball 1. Good to see our Lady Cats basketball coaching staff out here tonight. Set up right in front of us, Coach Taylor and the rest of her staff. Fresh off of a trip to Rupp Arena. That one, another ball outside. 2-1 count now. Blankenberg sets. Lined up in the pitch. That one goes a little low and inside. Up to a hitter's count, 3-1 with 2 away. But Penrod shown herself fully capable of changing the outlook of a game with just 1 swing of the bat, whether anybody's on base or not. Here's the pitch. Swings on that one, pops it up into center field. Backing up about 2 steps is Holland, Ava Holland, for out number 3 to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for your Lady Cats. That is exactly the defensive start that we wanted to hear. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you when the Lady Cats attack the batter's box on 92.3 WFKN.
No, that's
To see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
you go over to 8 states. We did.
Yeah, steaks here. Sirloin.
T-bone.
Ooh.
Yeah. Corey went and bought a bunch of steaks.
I don't eat steak.
Yeah.
T-bone's probably my least. That just, I'm a New York strip, and I love so. Most people don't like steak.
Yeah. I mean, it's very a good cut of meat for tender.
Yeah. I just understand that stupid.
I can't afford filet. So.
Wow, I don't care.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us. Your Lady Cats on the defensive side of the ball to open this one up in the top of the first inning went 3 up, 3 down. And recording the most dangerous part of this Lady Panther, visiting Russellville Lady Panther offense, setting them up, setting them down. And now we're going to see the North Alabama commit, Chloe Smith, the senior, step up to the plate with a team-leading .538 batting average, also a team-leading 1 home run on the season. Through just 5 games, though, we expect her to probably hit a lot more of those as the season goes forward. Just the type of player that she is. But a little bit of a change in the lineup here, seeing Chloe lead off the order. But whenever you're hitting a blazing .538 the way that she is right now, that's exactly what you do. But a big matchup here against Penrod, who is a phenomenal pitcher who throws, looked like a breaking ball. Broke right in, down the middle of the plate there for strike 1. Senior versus senior. This has been a matchup that one goes ball high. Has been a matchup that these young ladies have faced off against one another many times throughout the years. Here's the pitch. Turns on that one. Slaps it down the third baseline, foul. The wind, I got to be honest with you, feels like much more of a factor to me than I think what it actually is. But I think it might just be I'm a little bit chilly right now. So 1-2 count. Chloe steps back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. That one went straight back and smacked the home plate umpire in the noggin. He seems to have shaken it off cleanly, though. Still a 1-2 count. Smith back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. That one goes high and outside. Count goes 2-2. See, that just goes to show you the high softball IQ that pitcher like the senior Penrod does have. Trying to get Smith to chase there. And she slaps another one foul over towards the Lady Panther dugout. Count remains at 2-2. What an opening battle that this is. Seven pitches in already. Here's the pitch. That goes ball high. Lady Panthers wanted that one, and count runs full. I'll tell you what, it wasn't high by much, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it missed by half an inch. Here's the payoff. Chloe taps that one straight out center field. It is back. Ding, ding, ding! Dinger! Senior Chloe Smith! A leadoff home run for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats. Lays the hammer down.
Next batter for Lady Cats. Second baseman.
Chloe Smith wins this one between her and the matchup between fellow senior, the visiting Russellville Lady Panther, Chloe Penrod. Next up, second baseman Kylie Scott. Junior off to a fantastic start. Hitting .357 on the season. Takes ball 2, low and inside. I mean, Chloe absolutely stuck that one. It went on a line drive. Just barely off a straightaway center field. Takes ball 3 low. Now, looks like Penrod throwing 3 straight balls right there. That one might have gotten into her head just a little bit rattled. And I saw her give her coaches a signal that she was fine. And Scott takes a cut on the 3-0 count, as it did look like a strike. Count goes 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one, chopper right back at Penrod, and she fields it cleanly, sends it over first base to Hampton for out number 1. Good cut on that one by Scott, though.
The shortstop, number 6.
And now,
Ferguson!
I'm not going to apologize for this one. We've got more trouble for the Lady Panthers. Here comes shortstop, the senior number 6, Lily Ferguson. Right-handed hitter as well. Steps into the batter's box with 1 away. Wind up, pitch. Hammered out to left field. Found some green grass. She's going to easily go for 2. Into that corner. Fielded by Hampton. An easy stand-up double for her team-leading 4th double on the season for the senior. Gets the Lady Cats right back into scoring position, and now here comes first baseman number 25, Presley West. Now the sophomore is hitting .333 on the season. It's taken a huge step forward from her freshman to her sophomore year. Takes ball 1. I know the West family a little bit. Fantastic family. Takes strike 1. 1-1 count with one away. Runner on second in scoring position is Lily Ferguson. So plenty of speed to get around the bases if she finds some green grass. Here's the pitch. That one's tapped out into right field. And Ferguson's going to be, whoa, she's going to stop about midway between third and home and get back. Nice throw out of right field from Lee. Hit home plate on one hopper.
Left fielder number 1, Ainsley.
She fielded that one very nicely out of right field, did Lee, the Lady Panther, and fired it in here. Now we got runners on the corners, though. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high. The number 1, Ansley Holland. 2 Hollands. Got Ava and Ansley on the team this year. So if you hear me hollering Holland and Holland, nope, I'm not talking about a lawyer firm. I'm talking about 2 young ladies out here on the field. We got Ansley up to bat right now. She's off to a 1-1 count. Runners on the corners.
She batted twice last night, and she hit one foul all the way to the parking lot.
Here's the pitch. Takes strike 2 down the heart of the plate.
I bet she hit that thing 260.
Waiting in the on-deck circle is Addie Shelton, Jr. Has to be aggressive now. Steps out of the batter's box and gets her bearings. Gets back into the box. Here's the pitch. That one is a slow rising ball for ball 2. I've seen enough of Penrod to know that one probably just slipped. Here's the pitch. Slapped up the middle, and it's going to score a run. And it gets past the center fielder, and there goes West. West moves on up to third, and Ansley moves on up to second. Lady Cats lead it 2-0. Behind in the count, and still does a fantastic job to put the bat on the ball. Already above her 1.75 ERA with 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the first. Addie Shelton takes ball 1. Still just 1 away for the Lady Panthers. The start that your Lady Cats needed, most definitely, as Shelton takes ball 2. And I don't like commenting too much on the stature of the Lady Cats, but Addie's a little bit on the shorter side. I think that's about the nicest way I can say it. Anybody else that one would have probably been a strike, but for Addie that was a ball. And she's up to a 3-0 count, and I bet she's probably taking this one. Yep, ball 4 to load the bases. And here comes the hero from last night's game, Jaden Coe, who went 5 for 5 with 6 RBI. And now it looks like we're going to definitely have to have a pitching change. We absolutely are. And here comes Grayson, I believe that is, Riley Grayson for the visiting Russellville Lady Panthers. She's a sophomore. She's pitched 8 innings on the year, given up 9 hits with 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, and has a 2.62 ERA. So a very good young pitcher for the visiting Lady Panthers in her own right. I know that she can't be too cold. I'm sure she'll probably get 5 or 6 pitches here just to get a few good warm-ups in and get her bearings. But what a start for your Lady Cats. A phenomenal get off to this one, and to load the bases for Jaden Coe, who's hitting .438 with 9 RBIs on the season. I don't know if there's any major holes in this Lady Cat lineup right now when it comes to hitting, the way that these young cats have stepped up and swinging the bat. I don't think enough can be said for the way that they have started off this season, when there was so many questions. When you lose a 500 batting average hitter like Utley, and then another 300 to 400 hitter in Grover, and the same can be said for Woodall last season. This has been a great get-off for head coach Todd Cottle and your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats. Now Grayson's ready as Poindexter moves over to, not Poindexter, pardon me, Penrod moves over to shortstop. They just kind of trade spots. Here's the pitch. Going to take ball one. Does go. Off the very early relief pitching effort. In a very important district matchup here tonight, early in the year. Here's the pitch from Grayson. Slaps that one right back.
Oh my God.
And whew, slap that one right back at the pitcher. A line drive did go, and she's out, and they nearly double up Presley West at third. I don't know what to say about that one. That one was pretty close, if I do say so myself. The flagpole or the net pole here is right in my line of sight for that, and I didn't get a good look at it. But here's Hester Blankenberg. Takes strike one on the inside part of the plate off the arm of Grayson. So now bases loaded, 2 away, 2-0 ball game for your Lady Cats over the Lady Panthers right now.
They should have been understanding.
Sure should.
Here's the pitch. That one goes way outside.
Come on, Hester!
Boy, that play at third right there was 1-1 count. Grayson sets. Here's the pitch. Slaps that one. It's going to get past the second baseman. Another run's going to score. Bobbles it, and another run's going to score. And over to third goes Shelton. Hester Blankenberg helping her cause from the circle. Gets 2 RBIs on that one. Now here comes Ava Holland. And looming on deck, the top of the lineup, Chloe Smith, who got this whole thing started
Next up, the Lady Cat.
with a leadoff home run nearly to straightaway center field.
Ava Holland.
Lady Cats on top right now, 4-0. After a debatable play over at third base,
Cats, number 9.
Lady Cats turn it into 2 more runs. 2 away, runners on the corners. Ava tries to lay down a bunt. Catch the Lady Panthers off guard, I guess. With 2 away, I don't necessarily understand the call to bunt, but Ava lefty. Trying to create a squeeze, I guess. Here's the pitch. Takes that one, goes way outside. Gets the clean steal. Did Sloan Anderson in running for Hester Blankenberg. So now we got 2 runners in scoring position if Holland can find some green grass. Plenty of space out in left center field right now. Oh, and she takes one to the back. And now they're going to have to pitch to Chloe Smith. My hands are in the air. Why? Because I am flipping excited right now. What a moment for the senior to be taking on the sophomore in relief.
The third baseman, number 8, Chloe.
I don't know if I've had too much caffeine today or what, but I'm going to be honest. Man, my heart's racing. Let's go. Let's blow this thing up here in the first inning. Bases loaded. Wind up. Pitch. Takes ball low. 1-0 count with 2 away. Sun glaring in right now. Swings on that one, pops it up. It's going to go in shallow. Infield fly. Swung it for the fences, but didn't quite make it there to record out number 3. But not before your Lady Cats do a whole lot of damage in the bottom of the first and lead the visiting Russellville Lady Panthers 4-0. But if we know anything about these Lady Panthers, they've got the bats to get right back in it. We'll see what happens when we return to the top of the second inning live on 92.3 WFKN. I'm good, thank you.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
Well, Lady Panthers at the top of the second inning.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3, your home for Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball this evening. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us. We're heading into the top of the second inning, where in the top of the first, your Lady Cats set down the Lady Panthers 1-2-3, and then turn around and put 4 runs up on the board in the bottom of the first. And it all got started with a leadoff home run by the senior Chloe Smith, and now we're heading into the top of the second. Hester Blankenberg just threw ball 1 to Grayson. Riley Grayson, the sophomore. Riley Grayson having a good start to her year, hitting an even 500. Scored 9 runs. 1-1 count. Grayson, a right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That one's going to go just a bit outside off the arm of Blankenberg. Blankenberg helped her cause 2 RBI there in the bottom of the first. Batted all the way around the order. And that one down in the dirt. Count goes 3-1 to Grayson. I know it's a 4-0 lead, but if we've seen anything between these two teams, it's that anything can be possible. Here's the pitch, and that one is slapped out into shallow right field. It's going to be a base hit for Grayson. First hit of the game for the Lady Panthers here at the top of the second. Now, here comes number 25, Hampton.
Russellville, first baseman number 25, Hampton.
That's Anaya Hampton. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Takes. Runner stays put over at first. I would not be shocked to see the Lady Panthers try to move some runners around these bases right now. Here's the pitch. Same result as last time. As I try to slide on my sunglasses here, that sun's pretty bright coming straight at us. The sun sets almost straight away center field, where Chloe Smith's home run went, her second of the season, by the way. And Nia Hampton takes a strike. Coe throws down over to first. Grayson stays safe. Now Blankenberg gets the signal. Set. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Count goes 2-2. Runner on first. We'll see how the Lady Panthers attack this one. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a hit and run in order. Here's the pitch. Goes outside, way high outside. Runner stays put. 3-2 count. Goes full. Blankenberg gets the signal from the dugout. She's set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, ring up 1 for the 8th grader, Hester Blankenberg. Her first strikeout here of the evening.
Third baseman, 13, Triplet.
Now here comes Triplet up to bat. Alexis Triplet, another freshman, hitting .333 on the season. And she sends one out to center field. First pitch swinging. moves a runner ahead, stays put at second, does Grayson. So with one away, Lady Panthers a little bit more in business. Now here comes number 17, Legna Taylor, a freshman as well. Another right-handed hitter for the Lady Panthers. Just hitting 125 on the season is Taylor. Takes pitch. Ball low. Set in the very back far corner of the batter's box is Taylor. As far away from the plate as she could possibly be. Here's the pitch. Takes ball high. So, 2-0. And Taylor has had 6 walks on the season. Here comes Coach Todd Caudle talking over with Blankenberg. And I think that he's probably going to remind Blankenberg of that stat in particular, that Taylor doesn't necessarily want to swing the bat, it doesn't appear. She wants to just let these pitches go by because she's not hitting for a big average. It's just that she's just going to sit back there and try to take a lot of pitches. So let's see if Hester just puts a few across the plate here and to try to make Taylor swing at it. Blankenberg sets, pitches. That one's right down the pike. He called a ball.
Yeah. 3-0.
I guess ball low. But count runs 3-0. Hester sets. Here's the pitch.
There you go.
There's strike. I mean, looked exactly the same to me, but strike, whatever. Okay.
Say that and call it ball.
This is a district game. Of course I'm going to argue balls and strikes. Strike 2. See what I mean? Taylor don't want to swing the bat.
Come on, make it hit it.
Count runs full with one away. Runners on first and second. Lady Cats up 4-0 here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. And Taylor swings it right at Ferguson. Ferguson bobbles it, fires it over to first. Not in time. Took a wild hop on her and bounced up and hit her right in the shoulder. Looked like it surprised her a bit. The way that it took a sharp bounce off of this turf. That's one thing right there that is certainly different for these Lady Cats, and I would imagine a lot of the visiting teams as well playing on a turf field. I mean, that ball's going to bounce a whole lot heavier. Blankenberg rears back and tries to fire one past. Now up to bat Lee, right fielder for the Lady Panthers. And she swings and just gets the bat on it, fouls it off for strike 1. So 1-1 count with bases juiced now. Straight up 6 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on 92.3 WFKN. So, grounder over to third, and Chloe Smith does what Chloe Smith does. She steps on the bag and fires it over to first. Records a very nice 6-3 double play. And stops one of those runs from scoring, I do believe, as she recorded both outs there. So, we're heading into the bottom of the second, and you know what? I'm actually just going to stick with you throughout this one because, well, I just want to talk to you for a little bit. So thank you so much for joining us. I know that we've got election season right around the corner for everybody, so I hope everybody does well with that, and I'm certainly not going to talk about politics. You can forget that. Why? Because we're talking about sports, and sports are fun. So we're going to continue to have some fun. And I do just want to shout out our scorekeeper here and resident DJ, Mr. Richard Ferguson. That's Lily Ferguson's dad. He's up here taking care of the scoreboard for us and all the music to keep things bumping in between innings for us. And once again, shout out our PA, Mr. Chuck White. Up here, us three guys are just having so much fun doing these things together. We talk a little bit before and after games and in between innings, and I just appreciate so much getting to hang out with all of you as well. So thank you for joining us here, no matter how you're listening on 92.3 FM on your radio dial, 923 WFKN app or 923WFKN.com. Or if you're joining us on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 here tonight. That's right, Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. Shout out to that director, Mr. Aaron Talley. Thank you so much, my man, for putting this on. The Newsies production was a complete and total success there, Mr. Talley. So congratulations on that, Aaron and crew. I know that is such a tremendous undertaking, but Aaron does a fantastic job for our community. Doing so much where that is concerned in the music program. I know when I say Mr. Talley, we could be talking about Aaron. We could talk about his dad, Brian. We could talk about his grandfather. So many tallies around here. I tell you what, we'll just tally up another one as we move into the bottom of the second inning, and your Lady Cats lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. And next up is going to be the second baseman, number 3, Kylie Scott. Kylie moves into her usual position on the field from last season, second base. She's going to be facing off against Grayson here. And I think that one was fouled off. And Grayson's back into the circle for the Lady Panthers. 1-1 count to the junior. Here's the pitch. Oh, slipped out of the hand of Grayson. And if I do believe so, Kylie is due a birthday shout-out, I think, from yesterday, day before, something like that was Kylie's birthday. So happy birthday to the junior, Kylie Scott. Slaps one out to right field. Is it going to get down? Lee runs it down, but she drops it. Oh. I believe that I would score that one as a hit because she got glove on the ball, but I mean, she went down diving, so I don't think I would score that one as an error. That's just me in my opinion. Nice work there by Kylie, sending that one out to shallow right. Lee had to get on her horse to get near that one and nearly made a beautiful diving attempt. But now we got a runner on. Now here comes shortstop Lily Ferguson. Hammered out to left field. Get out of here, ball. Ding, ding, ding. Dinger for the senior, Lily Ferg. Out to left field for her first home run of the season. A 2 RBI home run. Your Lady Cats are absolutely on fire from the batter's box and lead their district rival, Russellville Lady Panthers, 6-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Next up for Lady Cats, the first baseman, number 25, Presley West.
Now here comes sophomore Presley West. Nobody happier about that home run right now than the man sitting next to me, Mr. Richard Ferguson, Lily's dad. Now we've touched up both of these Lady Panther pitchers now for a home run. Here's the pitch. That one gets out of the hand of Grayson. Second time we've seen that happen. Squeezing that ball.
We played Edmonds.
Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Count's going to run 1-2 now. As we said, 6-0 after the Lily Ferguson home run here in the bottom of the second.
Jill Cook videos, first one she's videoed all year. She said, I guess I'll video all of it.
1-2 count. Presley West. Here's the pitch. Swings through and misses. Grayson records her first strikeout here of the game. First strikeout for the Lady Panthers.
Next up for Lady Cats, left fielder, Ansley.
Now here's Ansley Holland, the left fielder. Recorded a hit in her last at-bat. Stretched it out to a double after a error by the center fielder.
You're welcome to do it, but I'm sending people.
It's all good. He'll reach out to me.
Holland sets, Grayson sets. Here's the pitch. That one slapped down. Is it going to get down the right field line? Oh, no, it misses by a good 4 or 5 feet. So, 1-1 count with one away. Nobody on right now here in the bottom of the second for Ansley Holland. Ansley, the freshman, hitting .313 on the season.
She's got a brand new bat.
Takes ball 2, 2-1.
And she's been popping everything. I'm wondering if it's too heavy for you and it's dipping you down.
Sets it as Grayson. Here's the pitch. Swings through. Fouls it off. Count's going to move 2-2 now.
Yeah, you can swing it in college next year.
Holding steady at 62 degrees here, 6:07 on Tuesday, March 24th. Wind blowing in a little bit from right field. Slaps that one. Is it going to get past second baseman? No, it does not. A fantastic backhanded play, but throws it away. And Ansley's going to take off and run to second. Head first diving slide. She's in safely. Merriweather with a fantastic backhanded stop, but knew that Ansley was speeding down the first baseline, nearly beat out the throw, but Hampton could not snag it out of the dirt. Ends up on second base. Here's the pitch. High and outside to Addie Shelton. 1-0 count. One away, runner in scoring position.
What do you want to do? This?
With Jaden Coe looming on deck. Here's the pitch. Strike one.
You get to see your home run? No. All right, well, now I'll do this and you do that, okay?
I could, if you want me to.
I've been back away.
Grayson gets the signal.
Really bad.
Here's the windup and the pitch. It's going to go high and outside there for ball 2.
It's at 100%.
2 home runs here tonight from your Lady Cats. Ball 3 to Shelton now. Off the bats of your expected home run hitting seniors. One to lead off the game from Chloe Smith, and then another 2-run shot from Lily Ferguson. Lady Cats on top. That one's popped up. It's in foul territory, playable from Hampton, and she fields it cleanly and stays put at second, does Holland. Now here comes Coe up to bat, as we got 2 away now here in the bottom of the second.
The catcher, number 17, Jaden Coe.
I've said it about 3 times already, but I'm going to keep saying it. 5 for 5 last night with 6 RBI did go Coe. Takes ball 1. Sun just continuing to glare in towards home plate. Ball 2 low. Good eye there by Coe to watch that one go by. Here's the pitch. Slaps that one out to right field, right at Lee. That's a good hit, but a better catch from the right fielder, Lee, who we've kept hot and moving around out there in right field all night long so far to record out number 3, but not before Lily Ferguson comes out and does some damage with her bat and sends in a 2-run shot to make this a 6-0 ball game heading into top of third. We'll be right back on 92.3 WFKN.
Give money for mom because I'm a wall.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
too early. Welcome back in, everybody. It's a 92.3, your home for Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us, whether you're listening on 92.3 FM, your radio dial, 923WFKN.com, or the 92.3 WFKN app, or Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We're excited to have you. And the Lady Cats are excited to be off to a 6-0 start heading into the top of the third inning against a district rival, the visiting Russellville Lady Panthers. Now, up to bat is number 10, Kamira Hampton, an 8th grader for the Lady Panthers. Looking at a 1-1 count from fellow 8th grader, Hester Blankenberg. Kamira yet to record a hit on the season. Here's the pitch. That one goes way high and outside off the hand of Blankenberg. Done pretty well here. Got herself into a bases-loaded jam, but got out of it thanks to a 6-3 double play recorded by Chloe Smith at third base the previous inning. Fouls one off to make that count go 2-2. So, Lady Cats got out of that jam, bases loaded, with no runs scored there in the top of the second. This game's been highlighted by a leadoff home run by Chloe Smith, and there another home run by shortstop senior Lily Ferguson. 2-run shot in the bottom of the second. That one's fired out to right field. Addie Shelton's underneath it, fields it cleanly. Good bat on the ball right there, but just popped up into the wrong place as Addie Shelton records out number 1 to the leadoff here in the top of the third. Next up, back to the top of the order, it's going to be Jada Poindexter, center fielder for the Lady Panthers. That sun, I tell you what, it has got to be bright to these hitters right now. Hester sets. Here's the pitch. Strike 1.
Yeah, do that. Just keep them back.
6-0 ball game right now. Wind shifting just a little bit, it feels like. Here's the pitch. That one's hammered out to center field, and Holland gets underneath it. Records out number 2. That was a hard hit ball right there.
That's all the sisters up there. All 3 sisters in the outfield.
That's right. They all 3 are sisters. We've got a sisterly outfield out there right now. Ansley, Ava, and Addie.
That's me. How are you?
Yep, yeah, please.
There you go.
Did you
Foul ball.
to me?
Off the bat of number 4, Mariah Merriweather, freshman, hitting .267 on the year. Here's the pitch from Blankenberg. That one goes just a bit outside for ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 away. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Lady Cats. Lady Cats have been in complete control thus far. Here's the pitch. Ball high for ball 2. Hester gets a signal from the dugout. Now she's set. Here's the windup and the pitch. Takes something off of that one. That was a changeup. Puts a tip end of her glove on it. And Scott can't flip it over to West in time. So, Lady Panthers got a base runner. I believe you would call that an infield hit there for Merriweather. I think the tip of Hester's glove there may have slowed it down and prevented the out, if anything. And here comes the ever-dangerous Chloe Penrod. She could change the outlook of this game easily in one swing of the bat. Takes strike 1. 3 home runs through 4 games for Penrod. We've seen 2 for the Lady Cats here tonight. I know she'd love to get within striking distance. Takes ball 1. 1-1 count now. There's a couple of hitters that we have to be leery of on the visiting Lady Panthers, but Penrod. I keep saying Poindexter when I want to say Penrod, but Penrod, a very dangerous hitter. 2-1 count with a runner on first and 2 away right now. Here's the pitch. Takes ball low, bobbled just a little bit by Coe, and the runner advances. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away, runner in scoring position. Everybody's set up in their usual positions right now for the Lady Cats. Nobody's shifted or anything really on the field. Strike 2 catches the outside part of the plate. Count runs full. As usual, the Lady Panthers, as we expected, I should say, rather than as usual, making the pitchers throw a lot of pitches deep into the count. That one's sent over to Ferguson. She fields it cleanly, fired over to first, to West, and she got it for out number 3. Lily Ferguson doing what she does out there in the shortstop position, out after out after out, and Lady Cats are holding Lady Panthers scoreless through 3 innings of work and lead it 6-0. We'll be right back on 92.3 WFKN.
To see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
Pretend that right now. Have they already turned it down? I don't think she's warmed up yet, has she? No. She hasn't even warmed up yet. She's not ready for me to go around. Hester. Yep. Lay out the Lady Cats, the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitcher number 10, Hester Blankenberg. Too much intro. 21 seconds in. Last night, the pitcher, she had a 9-second windup. Like, wow. I mean, she sits there and just sits there and fumbles the ball for 9 seconds every time. It was grueling.
What's up?
I don't know.
Kind of soon. Yeah.
That's the new boys' stats this year.
Sir?
That's the boys' stats this year.
I think so. Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Come on, Hester!
I got him loaded.
All right, Kendra, I'm back. Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us for Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. Right now we got Hester Blankenberg leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning, looking at 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, leading off this one. Swings through, another foul ball. Whew. Pardon my delayed start here into the bottom of the 3rd.
When nature calls.
Grayson still in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Here's the pitch. Swings that one. That was going to be in for a base hit straight up to center field. Nice hard, clean hit off the bat of Hester Blankenberg. Another good hit from the pitcher. And she's going to get a courtesy runner in the form of Sloan Anderson, 8th grader. Now here comes Ava Holland up to bat. Junior. Helping her cause. Leadoff hit here in the bottom of the third. Lady Cats up 6-0. That one's swatted away foul over above the Lady Panther dugout. Hey there, Mr. Clark. It's ball low and away, and Anderson is going to steal cleanly. 1-1 count now. Sun's starting to get a little bit lower out there. Little tiny bit of cloud cover on what's going to be a beautiful Franklin sunset. Another one low and away. A little bit ahead in the count. 2-1 is Holland. Here's the pitch. Another one low and away. Oh, great stop there behind the plate there by Taylor. And everybody's questioning what's going on with the grill right now because that thing is smoking like crazy. Almost questioning if the grill is on fire the way it's blowing. 3-1 count. Pitch goes low and away. And the only thing on fire right now, I do believe, is the bats of these Lady Cats, leading 6-0. Pun intended. Yes, I can make that joke. I am a dad.
Chloe Smith.
Dad jokes are permitted across these radio waves. Between whether it's myself or Tyler, doesn't matter. We're both dads. We can make jokes like that. And now, I've got an unfortunate series of events for the Lady Panthers. Here's Chloe Smith. A bobbled ball there from the catcher Taylor. Runners will advance again. Now we got 2 runners in scoring position. As Sloan Anderson goes to third. Ava Holland goes to second. And Chloe Smith steps back into the batter's box. Steps back in the batter's box just a little bit here. Adjusting her stance. Takes strike 1. She didn't like it. A little low in the zone. Now she moves back forward a little bit. Here's the pitch. And there for strike 2. The great Pete Rose once said, never change your swing. You move around in the batter's box. That's how you figure out how to attack a slump or something like that. You move around the batter's box. You don't change your swing. That one's hammered straight up into center field. It's going to score 1 run. Another run's going to come around, and it is going to score.
It's another error. It's another
This pitch as the ball coming around from center field out of the arm of Poindexter. Off the mark. It's going to be a 2 RBI triple for Chloe Smith. Now, here comes the junior, Kylie Scott. Ryan Davenport, head coach of Lady Panthers, wants to talk it over. Coach Todd Cottle talking with his Lady Cats over in third base coach's box, talking it over with Smith, Ferguson, and Scott. Grayson will remain in the circle for the Lady Panthers. 8-0 ball game now after the 2 RBI triple off the bat of Chloe Smith.
Second baseman number 3.
3 RBIs for the senior Chloe Smith here tonight. Kylie with a hit out to right field last time, and she slaps that one out into right field again. Underneath it this time, though, is Lee, and tagging is Smith, and she is going to be in safely. So Scott records an RBI after Smith runs in.
The shortstop number 6, Lily.
And now here comes shortstop number 6, a senior. Last time she was up to bat, hammered one out to left field for 2 runs batted in. Home run in her previous at-bat. Off the right arm of Grayson. 1 away, nobody on. Steps back out, catches her breath after it took the Lady Panthers a second to get the signal. Now we're a go. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 down the pike. 9-0 after the RBI. Pop fly out off the bat at Kylie Scott. Smith comes in to score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Ooh, called strike 2. I don't think I liked that one very much. But we move on. In a hole now is Ferguson, has to be aggressive. 0-2. We'll see if Grayson tries to get her to chase a bit. Here's the pitch. She does, in fact, try to get her to chase a little bit. Goes just a bit off the plate outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye there by the senior. Grayson sets. Wind up. Pitch. Ball inside. Down around the shins inside there for Ferguson. Lays off of that one. Comes at it again. Turns on it. Fired into the hot corner. That's going to go off the shin of the third baseman triplet. Believe that'll. I mean, that thing was rocketed at her. She got her glove down on it. I don't know if whoever's holding the scorebooks would call that one a hit or an error, because that was a hard hit ball. Right off of the inside part of the leg of third baseman triplet, but here comes Presley West up to bat. Popped up into foul territory. Merriweather's underneath it, records out number 2 for the Lady Panthers. Now here's Ansley Holland up to bat again, 2 for 2 in this one, I do believe. Runner over on first is the senior Lily Ferguson. Plenty of speed to get around the bases. Would not be shocked right here if we saw her steal one. That one's sent over to the second baseman. A little dribbler, records an easy out from Merriweather to Hampton to record out number 3. But not before the Lady Cats do a lot more damage and put 3 runs up on the board and now lead their district rivals 9-0. We'll be right back with the top of the 4th inning on 92.3 WFKN.
We got like 20 more minutes. Not that long. Yeah. And then we're going to start doing this pitching. Hopefully it's I got plenty of texture. I'm sure you'll go somewhere else out there too as well. I'm sure he is.
Is it 10 after 4 or 10 after 5?
10 to 5.
10 to 3, 10 to 5.
So we get 6 more next inning. Trading baseball scores for you. There.
Nine to nothing, your Lady Cats lead this one over district rivals, the Russellville Lady Panthers. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us here at Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball field. Lady Cats have had all the momentum and everything going their way. The bats have been on fire. The gloves have been doing what the gloves need to do. They got out of a couple of little jams, but lead this one 9-0. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. Those 3 runs in the third coming off of a 2 RBI triple off the bat of third baseman senior Chloe Smith, and then a fly out to right field off the bat of Kylie Scott. And this one's hammered out to center field and gets over the head of Ava Holland, and tried to stretch it out to 2 there. And she does, in fact, do just that. That one's going to go down for a double there for Grayson, the sophomore pitcher. Burned the glove there of Holland out in center field, which does not happen often. Popped up clapping. They need some momentum right now if they're going to remain in this game and not get run ruled. Now, here comes Anaya Hampton up to bat. Swings through and misses. Tapped Go with her bat there, and Go did not like that. I caught that. Yeah, Jaden, I see you. 0-1. Hester sets. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Tell you what, our catcher, Jaden Go, I mean, you take away the 5-for-5, 6 RBI game that she had last night. She is a fun player to watch as Blankberg blazes strike 2 past Hampton right there. Ko does a phenomenal job behind the plate. And you can tell that she carries a certain attitude behind the plate as well. Here's the pitch. Ball low. She doesn't mess around like you'll see a lot of catchers do, trying to bait runners into doing anything. She does exactly what she should do, and that's she catches it and fires it right back to the pitcher. Here's the pitch. That one's low and in the zone. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Runner out on second, nobody away to the number 2 hitter here in top of the 4th inning for the Lady Panthers, Anaya Hampton. Here's the pitch. Nearly swung on that one, and then just kind of kept it going on through and threw the bat away. Tell you what, that was a little dangerous, if you ask me, but looking at a 3-2 count. But called ball 4. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. To number 13, Alexis Triplett, another freshman, for what is overall a very young visiting Russellville Lady Panther team. But these Lady Cats, they don't care. They want to win this game. That one fired up to Lily Ferguson. She's going to fire it over to first to Presley West. That's going to go for out number 1, and runners advance to second and third. Here comes number 17, Legna Taylor now. I do believe that Taylor walked in her previous at-bat and leads the team in walks. I think after that last one, she's got 9. Nope, she did not walk. She flew out her previous at-bat, still with 8 on the season to lead her team. So 1 away. Swings through and misses on that one for strike 1. 0-2 count now. Here's the payoff. Swings through, striker out. Set another one down there for Hester Blankenberg. Her second strikeout here of the evening for out number 2. Needed that strikeout, did Hester Blankenberg, if they're going to keep the Lady Panthers remaining scoreless. Now here's Lee. Swings through, foul ball for strike 1. Cadence Lee, a senior, is hitting just below the Mendoza line. While on the year so far. Ball one, just a bit outside. 1-1 count, 2 away. Runners on second and third in scoring position for the Lady Panthers. Wind up. Pitch from Blankenberg, swings through and misses, does Lee. Now the Lady Panthers, they have a 5-4 win over Bowling Green to start the season, then a couple of blowouts over some teams from Tennessee. That, you know, you want to win those games, and I would root for the Lady Panthers in those games because you always root for Kentucky over Tennessee. Take strike 3, ring up another one for the 8th grader, Hester Blankenberg, her 3rd strikeout of the evening. And your Lady Cats are going to go into the bottom of the 4th inning, hoping to stretch this one out over 10 runs, leading 9-0. We'll be right back on 92.3 WFKN.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
I bet. I mean, because the ceilings are so high in there, there's no way a space heater would even help that much. That's a bummer. Nine to nothing here at Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us here on 92.3 WFKN. No matter how you're listening to us on 92.3 FM on your radio dials, don't change that dial. Press that button. Stick with us here. We'll see if these Lady Cats can't get ahead by at least a good 10 runs. Addie Shelton up to bat right now. Right fielder for your Lady Cats. The junior hitting .333 on the season. Here's pitch. Swings on that one. It gets into no man's land between third. Oh, my word. Holy smokes. That got in between third and short, and Penrod makes the throw and goes a full split. Does Anaya Hampton over at first. I mean, full split. Holy smokes. What a stretch that was. Man, I don't do this for the other teams usually, but dun-dun-dun. I mean, they don't get the full Sports Center call, but I mean, my word. What an unbelievable stretch that was from the first baseman for the Lady Panthers. Wow. Jaden Coe takes strike 1 now. 1 away. Strike 2 from Grayson to Coe. Coe in a little bit of a hole here. Will need to be aggressive at the plate in a 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. That one's outside just a bit. Took something off of that one, did Grayson. But Anaya Hampton with the best play of the night for the Lady Panthers. Here's the pitch. It's going to be another ball low. Count goes 2-2 off the right arm of Grayson. Riley Grayson, prior to relieving Chloe Penrod, and this one had pitched 8 innings and only given up 3 runs. And Coe sends one over to the second baseman there, Merriweather. Merriweather fields it cleanly, sends it to Hampton. So 2 up, 2 down. By far the best defensive performance of the Lady Panthers in this game. Here in the bottom of the 4th. And here comes Hester Blankenberg, 2 for 2 in this one.
Franklin-Simpson, pitcher number 10, Hester Blankenberg.
I believe she's got 2 RBIs herself in this one. The 8th grade pitcher doing big time varsity work. Swings on that one bounces down. Penrod fields it cleanly, sends it over to Hampton for out number 3. So a 3-up, 3-down outing there for the Lady Panthers. Bottom of the 4th inning. And you know what? I'm just going to stick with you here because, well, that was a very quick inning. I know everybody in the stands right there was really pulling for our Lady Cats to keep the bats alive. I mean, myself included, of course, but I mean, what more can you hope for when you're leading 9-0? Can't say too much about it. Sloan Anderson's going to catch a couple pitches, to warm up for Hester Blankenberg while Jaden is getting her gear on. And sure enough, nope, here comes Jaden.
Glasgow on Thursday, and I don't know where we're at Saturday.
Lady Cats getting some warm-ups in out here. I do want to say thank you for joining us here yet again. I was talking about the visiting Russellville Panthers previously and their win-loss record, meaning that they are 4-0 on the season right now. A win over Bowling Green 5-4. They had a win over Edmondson, I believe it was, 9-3. Chloe Penrod, the senior's having a stellar start to her year with 8 RBIs, 3 home runs. Hitting 462, but your Lady Cats have just been on fire here this evening. They touched up Penrod early in this one, who coming into this one had just had a 1.75 ERA, and that's a fantastic statistic right there. And that's one thing that, you know, you'll hear a lot of from me, whether I'm over on the baseball field, which will cover our first baseball game, I believe, on Thursday night this week. But baseball is such a statistical game. A lot of analytics in the game of baseball and softball. Up to bat right now for the Lady Panthers is number 10, Kamira Hampton, an 8th grader. Has not recorded a hit yet this season. 8th grader versus 8th grader here. Hester blows strike 2 past her. 0-2 count to lead off Kamira Hampton. Hester, not your typical 8th grader either, I will say that. Whew. Framing that one there was Coe, trying to get the strike call on that one, but I guess just barely out of the zone to our home plate umpire. Count goes 1-2. Sun nearly setting out there. Here's the pitch. That one off the end of the bat there for Hampton. Fields it cleanly, does Hester, and fires it over to West at first for out number 1. I mean, off the tip in, just a dribbler there to Blankenberg in the circle. There comes center fielder Jada Poindexter. Jada Poindexter hitting .375 on the season.
How do the boys like the turf field?
They like it.
Trying to find something for her team. Down 9-0 here in the top of the 5th. Fouls one off.
No, but when they bunt the ball, it takes some hops. Yes.
Huh.
Sun poking through what few clouds we do have out there on the horizon right now. Very bright. At least up here in the box. Pops one up, and West is going to charge for it. Can't run it down. A phenomenal diving effort there from your sophomore first baseman, Presley West. Kudos on the effort there, young lady. But works out for us because now Poindexter's in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Pops one over to Chloe Smith. Almost the same exact play there, just opposite sides of the field. Chloe had to dive for that one. Looks like the Lady Panthers were having fun ribbing Chloe just a little bit there, too. She popped up smiling. I saw them laughing as well. How that was a bit of an ironic play there. Still 0-2. Blankenberg versus Poindexter. Swings through a miss. Ring up another one for the 8th grader. Her 4th strikeout of the game. To record out number 2 here in the top of the 5th. Now, up to bat for the visiting Lady Panthers. It's going to be number 4, Mariah Merriweather, another freshman. Takes ball 1, 2 away, nobody on. I mean, just going down the lineup sheet here for the Russellville Lady Panthers. They got 1, 2, 3 seniors that play, and then a sophomore, freshman, 8th grader, freshman.
If they win the sectional
It's a
on Saturday,
very young
right spring break that weekend.
Lady Panther team. Takes ball 2 from Blankenberg.
The winner of DCACS.
So 2-0 count with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that one looked pretty good, Blue, but call ball 3. I guess it's a little high. Hester waiting on the signal. She's got it now. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Moves to a nice 3-1 hitters count.
She's not super fast, though. She must have a lot of movement on the ball.
Here at 6:48 in the evening. We haven't got under 60 degrees yet out here, still holding steady at 60. Here's the pitch. Swings through and misses on that one. On call foul tip, I do believe. But that's going to move the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Let's see if the Lady Cats can get out of this top of the 5th inning. The home plate umpire walks that ball out to Hester, maybe just to take a walk there. Stretch the old legs a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Hester's got the signal. Here's the windup, the pitch. Hammered foul. Nearly caught her coach in the leg. Did his best Michael Jackson impression to get out of the way of that one. Went up on his tiptoes. The ball flew behind him. Count remains full. Hester's got a signal. Here's the payoff. Swings through, slaps it out to center field. Hollins underneath it, squeezes it for out number 3. Still no damage done in this one. No runs put up on the scoreboard by the Lady Panthers. Hester Blankenberg doing her job well. 9-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you at the bottom of the 5th inning with your Lady Cats leading 9-0 right here on 92.3 WFKN.
To see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
With the chance of walking it off.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But
Oh my.
Woo.
boy, did they miss Madison did wrong.
With the sun setting just beneath the clouds here at Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball field, your Lady Cats are on top of the visiting Russellville Lady Panthers, 9-0 as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. And your Lady Cats try to put this one away and run rule the visiting Lady Panthers. Leading off here is the 9-hole hitter, Ava Holland. She sends one out to left field. Underneath it is Hampton, and she squeezes it for out number 1. First pitch swinging was Holland, but bad news for you Lady Panthers. Here comes Chloe Smith with a leadoff home run, a 2 RBI triple, I believe, in her last at bat. Chloe looking to send everyone home early right here. And they don't want to pitch to her. That one goes low and away. We've seeing glaring examples here tonight why she's been walked 6 times on the season coming into the 6th game of the year. That one goes high and away. 2 balls, no strikes, but the rest of the Lady Cats have absolutely done their job with their bats on fire from the batter's box here tonight. That low and inside. 3 balls, no strikes.
How many hits have last night? Because they scored 19 games last night. They had a lot of hits last night. How many hits? Yeah, last night.
Here's the windup and the pitch. That one goes low and inside.
That's 2.
Chloe thought about stretching it to 2 as that ball got away from the catcher, Taylor, but took a good turn on it, then decided not to roll with it. Here comes Kylie Scott. A flat-out RBI in her last at-bat for the junior. Here's the pitch. Smith takes off to second, steals cleanly without a throwdown. I appreciate Kylie Scott's batter stance. Takes that front foot and kicks it back. Old school stance. Hammers that one over to Penrod off a one-hopper. Penrod sends it over to first for out number 2. But she does advance the runner right here. So a passed ball or a hit wins the game here for your Lady Cats. And more bad news for the visiting Russellville Lady Panthers. Here comes senior Lily Ferguson. Lily Ferguson with a 2-run home run earlier in this one. Here's the pitch. Little low one outside. Good eye to lay off of that one. I know she's thinking, let's end it. She ended one at home earlier this season. Here's the pitch. Swings on that one. That one's over to the third baseman. Triplett sends it over real easily to the first baseman. Oh, and she dove for it. Tried to get there. A fantastic effort there by the senior Lily Ferguson trying to bring in that one final run. But can't quite get there. Phenomenal effort, though. So we'll move ahead to the top of the 6th inning and see if Lady Panthers can get anything going. As we are officially after the bottom of the 5th inning, playing underneath the lights here at Franklin-Simpson High School. And I'm just going to hang out with you. I've wasted enough time at this point to the point where I just want to sit around and talk to you guys. So thank you for being with us. Phenomenal atmosphere here tonight for a district matchup with end-of-season implications. This has implications on the end-of-season district tournament. I do believe it is here at Franklin-Simpson this season, which I'm really excited about because, one, I don't got to drive to Logan County, Todd County, or Russellville. Last year at Russellville, if you remember, I ended up broadcasting one of those games, about half of it in the pouring down rain. Yep. I did my best, had an umbrella sitting up above our radio equipment, and everything still got wet. I'm just glad it all still works.
Playoff Lady Panthers in the top of the 6th.
So, here comes Chloe Penrod to try to get things started for the Lady Panthers. She started things off from the circle and got touched up pretty quickly here in this ball game. Coach Ryan Davenport electing to save the arm of his star senior pitcher. Brought in Riley Grayson pretty quickly, but didn't matter for these Lady Cats. They continued to put the bat on the ball and lead this one 9-0 here now in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 count now to Chloe Penrod. Here's the pitch from Blankenberg. Going to be ball 2. Penrod been held in check at the plate here tonight as well. Lots of chatter coming from this crowd right now. 3-1 count now. Hitters count. Let's see what Blankenberg has in store. She's done very well against the senior. Here's the pitch. Fired that one waist high. I mean, said here it is, hit it. And Penrod couldn't get around on it in time. Now looking at a 3-2 count as Penrod fouls it away. Great pitch there from Blankenberg. Sets, wind up, pitch. That one's popped up into shallow center and runs it down. Does Kylie Scott, making a phenomenal running play there. Catches the bloop, as you call it, running into center field. Showing off some agility there is Scott from the second base position. Now here comes the shortstop, Riley Grayson. Well, not shortstop any longer. She started at shortstop. Now she's been pitching since the first inning. Swings through and misses there on a nice-looking breaking pitch off the right arm of Hester Blankenberg. Something to be said about playing underneath the lights. Swings through on that one, sends it out to right field. Addie Shelton calls everybody off, squeezes it for out number 2. The sisters out there having a good time right now. But when you're leading 9-0, you're having a good time. That is one thing I would love to say about this team as well. They seem to have an excellent team atmosphere. Whoa, froze that time. Anaya Hampton off the gorgeous pitch coming out of the hand of Hester Blankenberg for strike 1. I mean, gave her the jelly legs. Here's pitch number 2. That's another strike. Paints the inside part of the plate. Hester gets the signal. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ooh, low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Nia Hampton with the play of the night for the Lady Panthers. Performing a full split over on first base to record an out. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Ring up another one for the 8th grader Hester Blankenberg. And that is her 5th strikeout of the evening. Now your Lady Cats will head to the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to put this one to bed and send us all home early. We'll see what happens when we return on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Got one of the dents in the wall right now. Yeah.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Cats on top, 9-0. Presley West just stepped up to bat. First pitch swinging, sent one out to center field for a base hit single to get things started here in the bottom of the 6th. And here comes Ansley Holland. And it looks like we might get a courtesy runner for Presley. And it looks like we are, in fact, going to get one. It's going to be 7th grader Piper West. with Ansley Holland stepping into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Piper West stays put over at first base. As Holland takes ball 1. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, pulls back. Still in there for a strike. 1-1 count. Beautiful Franklin sunset. Nice purple sky out there around the horizon. Still see blue. Sends that one to the pitcher, and she is going to send it to second for the force. So gets the lead runner, Piper West, but Holland still beats out the double play attempt over at first. So just 1 out recorded there on the dribbler to the pitcher. Here comes Addie Shelton up to bat now. Swings through on that one, gets between the legs of Merriweather, and Holland is going to go to third, and Cottle's going to send her. Game! Addie Shelton calls game.
That is the ball game.
Fantastic piece of hitting. Fired one between the legs of Anaya Hampton over on first base and ends it for the Lady Cats and sends everybody home early. A fantastic piece of hitting. She sat back on it, let it come to her, and turned on it, sent it out to right field territory. So with 1 away, Addie Shelton ends this one with an RBI out to right, and the Lady Cats win a big-time district matchup 10-0 against their district rivals, the Russellville Lady Panthers. So what a phenomenal game here for the Lady Cats, and they are going to end this one in the circle as they usually do with